Hey,
Hey.
you. That's Eric. Are you Eric?
Uh.
Yeah,
uh
yeah, you're Eric. This is the Odd Atheist Friends. Wait a minute. We've been doing this for like quite a while, right? Something like almost 3 years now. Something about that effect. Massimino?
yeah, two and a half.
2.5. What episode number is this?
69.
69, dude. 69. So, do you know how fast sex goes?
How fast?
68, because it's 69. You got to turn around.
Wow.
Do you know what's better than 69?
Mm.
77, because you get 8 more.
Oh.
What usually happens after 69? Mouthwash.
Ah.
So I was dating for like this long time. I was dating this beautiful Chinese girl. And I remember one time I would take her home. And so we're going, and she's like, what do you want to do? I'm like, 69. She starts crying. I'm like, sweetie, what are you crying for? And she's like, I am not making broccoli stir fry tonight. She worked at a Chinese restaurant. I'm not making broccoli stir fry.
Okay, I get it now. Jeez. Oh my god. Actually, I go get like protein shakes from the shop, and the one I always get is number 69. And I add peanut butter, so I'm like, I need 69 plus some nuts. Yeah, I don't know, but
so this father and son they're talking, right? And so anyways, he's like, Dad, what's 69? And he says, well, that's where two adults who love each other, one of them turns around the other direction so they can give oral sex and pleasure to each other at the same time. And he says, so is that odd or even? He was trying to ask if 69 was odd or even, and the dad basically told him about the birds and the bees. Okay, forget it. Bad. That was either a really bad joke or I really said it horribly.
I don't know. I was distracted.
Okay, what's the difference between 69 and 6.9?
What?
The good thing separated by a period.
Gross. Gross.
How do 69 and 29 and 21 maintain a strong relationship? They complement each other. It's a geometry joke. 69 and 21 add up to make complementary angles. What happens when you get 69 on a test?
You get the D?
You get the D.
That one I like.
Oh, man. So that was some good shit. So, Eric, so what the fuck is going on, man? It's been an interesting week. Tell me what the haps is.
Hold up.
Oh, what's the weather like, man? We haven't talked about the weather in a couple weeks.
Fuck your God, God damn it.
God damn it. Oh, shit.
You fucked up.
I did fuck up.
Fine, you left it open for me. Anyway.
Oh, I get the D this time.
Yeah, I'm finally ready to start sharing it. Anyway. Oh, I'm gonna cry. I can't cry.
Okay, that's funny. I almost spewed beer. Fuck you.
I you. Too much. I just want to say, for anyone listening, Matthew and I are just friends. Even if we've had our asses out together and got them tattooed, he's not my type.
No, Eric is not mine. Yeah. She is. My Oksana is great. I love her very much. So anyways, what's the weather there like in fucking North Dakota? Because we haven't talked about that in a while.
69 degrees.
Is it really?
Yeah, and it's kind of like cloudy and cool, and yeah, it's supposed to get up to about 76. I'm marching in the Pride Parade today. Whoop, whoop.
Well, it's 75 here, supposed to get up to the mid 80s, and we had some rain earlier, which is nice considering I just paid a fuck ton of money for some really nice hydrangeas to line the sides of my yard to make a fence with, and they're gorgeous and they're pretty, and they're not going to be even really filled in until next year. It's going to be a year or two before they look really nice, but they're awesome. So
yeah, hydrangeas are really nice.
They are. And so, yeah, it's going to be a nice day. We missed out on the beach yesterday because we were busy doing stuff. We went to a food truck thing in a town not too far from here.
Rally?
Kind of.
Rally.
It was like but anyways, so they had like 100 food trucks.
Whoa.
And so we went to we ate at like 5 different trucks. And so it was nice. I think the best thing we had was we had these Caribbean jerk chicken wings, and they were really good. They weren't, I mean, don't get me wrong, they had some kick to it, but they were really kind of sweet too, and it was really kind of nice. So
I like a sweet jerk.
I like a sweet jerk. So Eric, what the hell is going on, man? What's the haps? What's up?
Well, I really need a haircut, but
you need one haircut, or do you need them all cut?
I need like 3/4 of them cut.
Okay, yeah, you're
trying to grow this out.
You're looking a little shaggy.
A little shaggy.
But yeah, I'm actually kind of looking to get a haircut myself here in the next week or two to help this grow out. It's been like 2 months since I've had a haircut, so I need a trim. Trying to grow up my locks, what I've got of them.
So yesterday was my first art booth, and I did that at Pride in the Park in Fargo.
How was it?
It was really awesome. I did it by myself, which was really difficult because I had to carry everything. It took me like literally 5 or 6 trips from my car to my booth, setting up. That was intense, and I was sweaty as fuck. But I was all decked out in rainbow. I had all my rainbow paintings. I made 2 days ago, thankfully, I made a fuckload of space paintings in like rainbow, and I sold all of those at $20 a pop. $20 a pop for the big one, like not the really big ones, but like the bigger ones. And then I had 2 really big ones, and I sold one for $80 and one for $60 right at the end because I was like, I don't want this. I don't want to take this back. And so, yeah, I made a good chunk of change yesterday.
Nice.
It was good. It was fun. And even people that didn't buy my art, they were coming by and they were like, oh my God, did you make all these? Like, you're so talented and shit. And I was like, that's so nice, you know? And it was just all a bunch of LGBT people and allies. And it was just a really nice environment to be in. So I had a really good time.
Awesome.
Yeah. Hopefully I can do another art show sometime before next year's Pride. I don't know what, but I'd like to do another one. Actually, here's what I really want to do, right? I think it's called busking. Being a busker. That's the word for like if you do performance art on the street. So I want to do performance art of me making the planet paintings and then sell them. That'd be fucking
okay.
Cool.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. That's pretty cool.
I would love to do that, but I looked up the laws in Fargo. You can do that and get tips for performing, but you're not supposed to sell stuff. So I don't know how I would do that. So
maybe you could get like a street vendor license or something like that.
Maybe I just need 2 separate licenses, one to perform and one for vending. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm hypothesizing here.
Yeah. So maybe I'll look into it next year. It's like pretty late in the season.
Yeah, literally. So, I mean, August and September, yeah, you might do pretty good, but you start getting in October, it's going to be a little bit too cold and, you know.
Fuck it. I bet people would be very amused if I'm doing this in the snow.
Amused or impressed?
Both.
Yeah,
Maybe.
exactly.
It depends. Am I doing good or am I fucking up? If I'm fucking up, they're gonna be amused. If I'm doing good, they'll be impressed.
Maybe a little bit of both.
Mm.
Um, so yeah.
Oh, speaking of 69, you do not want a dick on top of you.
No, it's got to be the other way. From what I understand, it's got to be the other way. I've never had dick like that, but I mean, I'd rather have vagina in front of my face than dick. But it's got to be with the woman on top. It's got to be.
Or the man.
Or the man. I'm just saying.
Anyway, no, but really, yeah, you don't need dick sliding down your throat with gravity adding onto it. Plus, what if he's a heavy motherfucker? Woo! Hairy, sweaty, ass in your face.
Eesh.
Ugh. It's never happened to me. What?
Manscaped. Jesus, what the fuck is wrong with people nowadays? I mean, how do people our age even have pubic hair? I'm just saying. I mean, what the fuck?
I choose to have pubic hair because I want to, but not like, whoa, not like Zohan. But I support whatever you want to do with your pubic hair. Just be clean. Take showers.
Take showers.
So.
I'm just saying, it's that super fuzzy 70s look. Yikes. Trim that shit. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
That's just the way I kind of dig it. That's the way I get down. Just trim that shit. So, but anyways, eek. Oh my god. Because I've seen some 70s fucking bush. And it's funny because like I remember seeing it go like all the way. Like I've seen some old porn and then I was like growing into watching porn where the girls the ladies all got really shaved and all that kind of stuff. So, and I've seen it grown to strips and now like designs and shit anyways. So, and now it's back full circle, back to 70s bush that I've seen sometimes. So, anyways, Eric.
Yep.
So,
I'm listening.
Yeah.
70s bush.
70s bush. So, can't have the 70s bush. So, what's the stuff you want to talk about with the Trump administration? What's going on?
All right, so there was this movie that I really was excited to see called The Hunt, and it's based off of a really famous short story, and I don't remember the fucking name of the story right now, but the plot of the story is rich people hunt poor people for sport, essentially.
Okay.
And like they make them run for their lives, and they hunt them with bows and guns and everything else, right?
There's been movies off and on about this for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really old short story, and they've done different versions of it, and this was just another version of it. And it was an interesting version because it was like rich liberals, I think, hunting conservatives, which is an interesting plot point. So, anyway, it was set to release next month, so, they've already filmed everything, and it was ready, and then Trump said some bullshit about how liberal Hollywood is promoting gun violence toward conservatives, and they pulled the movie.
It's okay. Wow. Is there anything where he doesn't do every day that isn't some kind of fuck up? And so he's doing if I've seen this happen where like somebody does something to you and you call them out and then they're like, no, you stole from me or whatever, right? Like, because I remember like when I was a kid where somebody stole something from me, like a pencil or whatever. And I go to the teacher, I'm like, so-and-so has my pencil. And they're like, no, he stole my pencil. I just took it back. Do you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. This is the same kind of bullshit that they're doing. It's literally whataboutism, I think. It's like, well, they're like, oh, well, some liberals are most liberals are basically saying that the right is basically pushing gun ownership and crazy gun ownership and all that kind of stuff. And the right, funded by the NRA and all that kind of stuff, is just like, no, the liberals are doing this. And it's just, I'm just saying, what I've seen these movies about, like, where people hunting other people, it's always been conservatives hunting poor people. Do you know what I'm saying? Rich conservatives. I'm not saying liberals. I'm just saying is that I see more of this from the right than from the left. And so
Definitely.
somebody making it from the left had to have been somebody from the right making the movie. Do you know what I'm saying? So I just don't think anybody on the left would make a movie about left people hunting poor right people. I don't get it. I just don't see that. I just don't see that happening.
Maybe it was some kind of weird social commentary. I don't know, but I was excited.
Could be. I mean, yeah, I didn't think about that. It absolutely could be some kind of weird social commentary.
I mean, it was like a big production. They've done a lot of movies like that, like, similar. And, you know, I just, whatever. I wanted to watch it. Oh, well. What are you drinking? I had a chocolate vegan pea protein shake.
Mike's Hard Black Cherry Lemonade.
Solid.
So, yeah. 5% by volume.
I had some anxiety medication and 3 ciders last night.
Let me get a Xanax and a whiskey chaser.
I was like, I'm not sure I should mix these, but I feel like I can't breathe. So it was great. I calmed down. I think I need to get on some serious anxiety medicine. I don't feel like I have that bad of anxiety, but sometimes I just, like, my head just goes and it doesn't stop, and I guess that is anxiety.
Yeah.
It's not like I can't go out and do things. I can go out and do things. I can go talk to people, whatever. It's just like my head and my chest are like, so maybe it's just that kind of anxiety that medicine might help me with. I don't know. Also, I'm just like, I'm sorry to talk about mental health so fucking much. I mean, I'm not sorry because it's important and no one talks about it a lot, but fuck, it's so hard. And I get so depressed all the time. And, like, literally night times are the worst. And almost every single night I'm laying on my fucking floor wanting to die. And that is like an improvement of where I've been at a lot of my life. So I don't fucking know what to do about it. Like, I try to do healthy things, you know? I fucking go to counseling almost every week. I'm trying to go to the gym and eat healthier. I go to work. I have hobbies. I do art. I do lots of good things, okay? What the fuck is, like, wrong? There's no answer. Like, no one's gonna, like, there's no answer. But, I mean, it's just like, fuck, you know? It's like childhood trauma and abuse and being trans is fucking hard. And there's just so much stuff stacked on top of it. And I don't know, just not having a huge support system. Like, I have friends and I love my friends and I'm super thankful for them. But, like, if you don't have a family or, like, something, I feel like I struggle with that, but I don't know. It's hard.
I understand. I can totally empathize where you're coming from. I wish I could help more. I really do. So,
I mean, it's not it's something I have to figure out in myself and be okay with, and I know that, and that's why I'm working on it. It's just really hard. And also, I've been doing, like, EMDR, and, like, memories have been coming up. If I can't remember if I've talked about EMDR on here before, but EMDR, It's a type of therapy. It stands for eye movement desensitization something. Essentially, there's lights that you look at and you follow with your eyes, and you hold, like, 2 vibrating things, and you have headphones on, and they go back and forth, like, they all go right, left, right, left, right, left. So it engages both parts of your brain separately, and then you go through just different memories, and you follow your brain paths, and sometimes you make connections you hadn't made before. Sometimes you find things you didn't know that were there or you don't remember. And it just really helps with trauma and processing it and things like that. It sounds kind of weird, but if you do it, it's pretty interesting. But anyway, I've been doing that for a couple months now, and I had some repressed memories coming up, and like 2 nights ago, they were like really coming up just while I was laying around and laying in bed, and like just like some sexual abuse from when I was a kid, like that I keep questioning has come up. And like it's so hard because one, why would I make that up? Two, how would I validate it? Like I remember certain things and I know certain things definitely happened, but other ones are so fuzzy and so far back and so like muddled, I have no fucking clue. You know?
Repressed memories are a bitch. I know for a fact because I've dealt with them myself. And so when they come up, they can really fuck you up. And so you're just like, I don't know what to do. And it's just like, you just gotta, at least in my particular case, I would just accept them for what they are. I'd realize them for what they were, that it wasn't like my imagination doing it. No, this actually happened. And so, and then you realize, okay, well, it's what it was. It's in the past. I can't change it. I need to accept it. You don't have to like it, but you've got to accept it that it happened. You don't have to like it in the slightest. You can do stuff to, you're like, look, man, this is what happened, and I just got to move on. I mean, I know that there's a lot more to that. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I went to therapy for a while for this, and so you know it does happen. So I'm just saying that what I did worked for me, and I'm not saying that works for everybody. So
Right.
So put it down. Put it down. Put it down. So, anyways,
It's my vibrator.
Yeah. So, anyways, actually, I want to talk about some stuff here. Some of the. Let's talk about. Let me put on my detective's hat again for a little while and bring up some Law and Order stuff. And so we're recording this. What's today's date? It's the 11th of August, 2019, as we're recording this. And Jeffrey Epstein, who was a financier, was a friend of Donald Trump some time ago, who has had multiple connections with him. And then, anyways, so he was arrested. He was let off with a light sentence. He was forced to register as a sex offender, but then like some bullshit happened where he basically got off of the charges, where basically they let it go. And they wrote it up as prostitution instead of him sexually assaulting young girls, like,
Right.
Young teenage girls. And so they made it out as them being prostitutes. Anyways, a couple of weeks ago, he was recharged as a criminal in other sexual assaults of minors that came up. He was arrested by New York police, and he was taken into custody. And Trump was like, "Oh yeah, he didn't do it. He's a good guy. He's a friend of mine. I know him. Blah blah blah." He committed suicide in jail the other day, and so I don't know if he hung himself or he stabbed himself or what. I don't know, but somehow he fucking killed himself. I mean, you can take a plastic fucking toothbrush and fucking whittle the edge down on your fucking concrete floor and make a fucking knife. And it said that he had injuries to his neck.
Oh, okay.
And so, I don't know if he stabbed himself with the sharpened end of his toothbrush or he fucking hung himself somehow, or because there's nothing high in these things. I mean, the lights are recessed and, you can't, anyways. So he's dead. Mm-hmm. And so I heard right away from more than one person on the right, or at least more right than you and I tend to be, and most of our listeners tend to be, who, anyways, so they're already coming out with like, oh, Clinton had him assassinated because they think that they killed this one guy, Vince Foster. And so all of this bullshit, right? And they're like, oh, they had him fucking murdered. I'm like, really? And it was immediate that they had, that these things were coming out. So it was just kind of fascinating that this was going on. So, it's just immediate where people were like, oh, well, Clinton had him murdered. I'm like, how the fuck does that happen? How many people would be involved? You know, I mean, fuck. I don't get how these people think that there's these high machinations between mostly on the left, but never any machinations on the right to get people fucking killed, and the Clintons are always a part of it somehow. And anyways, it's like it's immediate and it's bullshit that the fucking conspiracy theories come out. Mm-hmm. And it's like there's so many people and the conspiracy is so vast, but yet it's like an open secret and nothing ever fucking happens. It's like you're like, oh, well, you know, he had these. Bill Clinton was a friend of his, and so they had a tape of him and, you know, assaulting, you know, having sex with a teenage girl. And I'm like, okay, great. If he does have these blackmail tapes, arrest and charge them all. I don't give a shit who they are. Left, right, or in the middle. Make them all go away. And I'm like, more than one person would have motive to have this happen. I just don't fucking see it. Do you know what I'm saying? I just don't fucking see how they could get, you know, this guy to fucking kill himself or have him killed in a fucking jail cell. These guys aren't the fucking mafia. Do you know what I'm saying? I just don't fucking understand this. And I see this a lot with the right, and especially the Christian right, and even more so than from when I was a Christian, there was always a bit of this conspiracy theory stuff going on from being a Christian conservative. And I don't understand where the fuck it comes from. I don't get it. I've heard a lot of them, and, you know, and I kind of keep a little bit of an ear to it because I want to kind of know what's going on with the other side just a little bit, but not enough to make me fucking crazy to know that, you know, what's going on. And it was just immediate. It was like, wow, people really think the fucking Clintons had this guy fucking killed. And I just don't get it. Do you see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I've seen some people that are saying, like, the Russians had him killed.
Why would the Russians fucking have him killed?
I don't know, but I've seen multiple posts about it.
Do you really think Vladimir Putin or anybody else would give a fuck about Jeffrey Epstein? No.
I don't know. I think it wouldn't. I don't think it would be a stretch to say someone could have had him killed because he had information on other people. I don't think it would be a stretch to say that because our prison system's fucked up. Our every fucking system is fucked up. Okay, so I don't think it would be a stretch. But
so I'm just thinking that this guy knew he was fucked because he got let off last time, and there's no way his buddies would be able to politically let him off without suffering catastrophic damage to themselves. Mm-hmm. I think he knew he was fucked, and I think he committed suicide because he knew he was going to go to jail for a long time. I think he had some conversations with his lawyers, and his lawyers are like, we're going to try, but yeah. And I think he just fucking took something to his fucking throat and fucking decided to end it. You know?
I mean,
ultimately, I just think ultimately that he was a fucking coward and fucking killed himself to get out of facing the consequences for his actions.
Mm-hmm.
And so he decided he'd rather fucking kill himself than fucking go to jail for the rest of his life, however long that might have been. He just decided to just fucking end it. God, what a fucking horrible way to go, man. Stabbing yourself in the neck with a fucking sharpened, you know, I say toothbrush because, you know, that's, you know, something every inmate has, you know.
Yeah. I don't know. It's crazy.
So that's happened, and so I don't know if Trump has quoted anything about his death since he killed himself. I don't know. So, yeah, it's just craziness, and that thing with the movie is horrifying. I just don't know what's going on with that shit.
Yeah. So I am not good at debating. I'm not good at arguing.
Yeah.
I don't fucking enjoy it. I don't do it. But when someone says something to me like supporting Trump, or not necessarily supporting Trump, but saying, well, at least Trump's not a pawn, how the fuck do I respond to that?
You know, how can I? The thing is that he is a pawn because he's going off of what he thinks that his rabid base is going from. That's all he's trying to do. He doesn't give a shit about anything that they believe. I've been watching a TV show called The Loudest Voice. It's basically about Roger Ailes and Fox News and how he made it and that kind of stuff. And so right now they're getting into the Trump presidency. They're starting him running for president. Mm-hmm. And excuse me, Roger Ailes put some of this shit into his fucking head. Trump doesn't give a shit about anybody but himself and his family. That's all he cares about. And so they say Trump isn't a pawn. You go, yeah, he is. He's a pawn to the conservative right who want him to do these things, but he doesn't give a shit about any of it. You look back 20 years ago and you see him more on the left and some of his stuff. I mean, he was ambivalent about abortions and stuff, for instance, and now he's like, oh, no abortions at all. Really? Right. Wasn't that long ago that you were saying, that you didn't care about abortions. I'm just saying that's just one thing. Trump doesn't care about guns. He doesn't care. And so for him to say, oh, well, we need guns and all that kind of stuff, well, he doesn't give a fuck about guns. He's got people for guns. He doesn't give a shit about them. I'm just saying, all the stuff that the people on the hard right are going for, he does not care. And his daughter is basically a liberal elite who's basically just going along with what fucking daddy says. All of his kids are like that.
Right.
So, no, he's not a pawn. He's just fucking stupid and just trying to do what's best for the moment in time. Do you know what you call that? A sociopath.
There you go.
Goddamn, Eric.
Yeah.
Goddamn. We see this shit every fucking day, and it's hard to fucking talk about other stuff when we could literally do the whole podcast about what Trump does every day. And there's the 2 shootings. Fuck. Let's talk about the 2 shootings. Right? Who gives a thumbs up with a baby who lost both of their parents?
Right. That. Oh my God. I try to avoid most of the shit, but like that, what the fuck?
And he's smiling with people who have been injured in shootings. All the presidents, the most recent presidents who are still alive, what did they do? They did shit like hug and, I'm sorry, that kind of stuff. And he's just like smiles and thumbs up. It's like, is there a day that he doesn't do something fucking wrong, horrifying? Because he doesn't people well at all. Because for him, everybody else who's not in his circle of friends is an abstract thought. People to him don't exist. They don't fucking matter.
Yeah.
I don't fucking get it, man. How can you do that with an infant who just lost all their, or with the shooting victims in the other one, and he even got the fucking name of the fucking city wrong.
Mm-hmm.
There's literally not a day when he's not a national embarrassment.
Yeah. Not that I'm super educated on the topic, but I just think we should mention all the ICE raids and all the people being taken
absolutely.
From their homes, and then the kids coming home from school to no parents. And that's fucked up.
You know, it's funny because like we make all these allusions to fascism in Germany and all that kind of stuff, and they're absolutely 100% appropriate. Show me your papers, please. Do you know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, taking the kids or taking the parents and not giving a shit about the kids and putting people in cages, and we're making fucking concentration camps, literally making concentration camps again. So we did it to the Japanese during World War II, and we made ghettos in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. And now we're doing it to Hispanic immigrants or people that we think are immigrants now in this time frame. And so it's like there was people who've been arrested and deported, and they're like, I'm a citizen. Hey, man, I was born in East LA. You know, it's like, what are you doing? By the way, that was a reference to, God, what was that movie? Cheech and Chong from back in the 70s.
Right.
Instead of Born in the USA, they made I Was Born in East LA. It's a really funny fucking song. But anyways, so it's like, but yeah, there have been people who've been deported who are natural citizens who came back and they're like, I'm from the US. I just happen to be a Mexican American.
Yeah.
You know, or an African American. They're Americans.
Yeah. There's a lot of people over here on visas that have been just told to fuck off and got deported back, even if they have a valid visa. So.
Yeah, which makes it especially terrifying for me because my wife, you know, she's over here on a visa, a 10-year visa too. And it's going to expire in the next couple of years, and we got to work on doing the thing. But she's Japanese, and so, you know, hopefully, you know, but, you know, there is some fear there.
Yeah.
So there is some fear there. I was a little bit terrified when we first got here, but, you know, we had all of our paperwork in a row, and we did it all and that kind of stuff. But this is one of the things that really pisses me off about all of this is that I want passive citizenship for these people who come here extra legally. Okay. So many of these people, they're fleeing horrible conditions in South and Central America, and they're coming here and they're trying to get asylum. And basically Trump is like, no asylum. Really? No asylum? The Statue of Liberty that says, bring me your huddled yearning masses to be free. And the conservatives are like, fuck you, the doors are closed. And they started that with the Irish in the 1920s. And so we got a history of the conservatives being shitty fucking people. What the fuck is wrong with you, man? Literally, what the fuck is wrong with you? I don't know. I don't understand any of it. How could people be so fucking callous? This is tribalism and all that kind of stuff gone amok. And these people are fucking sociopaths.
Yeah, and they're not Christian. In the sense,
no, they're not.
The Christian sense of the word.
In the Christian sense of the word. No, they're not. They say that they're Christians. Oh, well, you know, love for your fellow man. Really? Love for your fellow man? Fuck you, separate your children, and then lose the children here in the U.S. to get them adopted out to families here in the U.S. So parents go back, kids can stay here because they don't know any fucking better. What the fuck is wrong with you? Not you, but...
Yeah. There's a lot wrong with me, but not that stuff.
Wow. I don't fucking get it.
I don't either. So I had my tattoo artist. I told him, I was like, make any fucking design you want for me for my next tattoo, right? And he made me like a flail, I think is what it's called. It's like a chain ball thing.
Yeah, it's called the flail.
Yeah, so that's going right here.
Wow.
On my arm. If you're not watching this, it's going to be on my upper left arm. Because I have a dagger and I have D&D. And he was like, I feel like that would fit. And I was like, okay.
I still want to get no regrets on the what would that be? The bottom of one of my arms.
You should, yeah.
Yeah. So I want to wear it ironically, non-ironically, because I really don't have regrets over the stuff that I've done.
Yeah. I'm terrified, Matthew. I'm terrified that I'm fucking up my life, that I'm gonna fuck up my life. I'm terrified of the future. I'm terrified of, like, finding love again. I'm terrified of just fucking existing. I'm terrified of being me. I fucking do it anyway, but it is really scary.
I understand. Well, I can empathize. I mean, I was in my 20s once and not knowing what the fuck is going on half the goddamn time. You're worried about your own self trying to get through. You're worried about if I'm going to fucking make it, if I'm going to fuck up. You know, I get it. I've been there. I mean, the situation, of course, isn't 100%, the same, but yeah, I've been there. I'm sorry. I can empathize because I've been through kind of some of that where you just don't know what the fuck is going to happen. You don't know your future. You don't know if you're going to fuck up. You don't know if you're going to end up on the street fucking homeless, I mean, you don't know if you're going to end up dead or in jail, I've been there. And so it's one of these things where it's like you always look up to the older people, and now it's like, where are the adultier persons other than me? And you realize that they're not there. Nobody has their shit together. Everybody's just fucking trying to muddle through as best they can and hopefully trying not to hurt other people intentionally. Hopefully. Yeah. And then some people don't give a shit about hurting other people or not. They just want to get what they see as theirs, and they see everything that they want as theirs, and they have no compunction in hurting people to try to get it.
Yeah. People suck.
People do suck.
God damn. Fuck. People suck. The world sucks. It all sucks. And it's gonna keep sucking. And it's gonna increase in sucking. It's gonna 69 all the way.
Well, I think that it's gonna be where somebody is getting head and the other person is just flicking you with their finger the whole entire time. So you're giving head, but the other person is just going flick, 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 right on whatever you have, and it's fucking just thumping that shit. And you're like, motherfucker, that hurts. Here I am blowing you or licking you or whatever the fuck, and you're just getting right on your fucking whatever. Right on your balls or right on your dick or your clit or whatever. Just people are just Anyways, Eric, did you freeze? Oh, shit. Eric. Well, I think we kind of froze. Not 100% sure what's going on. So yikes. Here we go. Eric, come back to me, Eric. I'm sending you a text, Eric. So, what the hell was that?
I had to stop and have a masturbating moment.
Oh, fun.
Quick jerk.
Quick jerk? Was all that talk about getting fucked over in 69 doing it for you?
Yeah, that's my turn on.
Oh, yeah. So,
no, my internet went out for some fucking reason.
It was like, here I was talking about fucking getting slapped in the dick or the vagina, and then all of a sudden Eric stopped moving. I was like, oh shit. I'm like, for a second I was still talking. I'm like, Eric, are you still there? Eric, you froze. No, come back, Eric, come back. Don't leave me, Jack. Don't leave me. So anyways, I think we're having our existential moment there for a little bit. And so now let's try to go, even though freezing and trying to come back was kind of funny. But let's do our Trump game, our no Trumps card game. So I'm
Maybe
gonna
the FBI shut down my internet because of our conversation. Anyway,
be. You know, it's funny because like the guy who was training me at work in this position had a 'cause you get laptops, we get laptops, and like my shop is also has a desktop too. So I've got a laptop I can carry around with me and shit. Anyways, he had put a sticky tape over the video camera, and it said no FBI. And I looked at him and said, you realize you have no expectation of privacy at work? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, you've got no expectation of privacy at work. So that tape over the video camcorder, man, that's just you, but you've got no expectation of privacy. I'm like, and Illinois, of course, being a right to work state, which means that you can just get fucking fired just because your boss is having a bad day.
yeah.
So I just thought it was kind of funny. So, and
North Carolina and North Dakota, both the same.
Yeah. And also it says in our employee handbook for the company I work at that, that you can be fired instantly for reasons,
Mm-hmm.
Your boss can just be like, yeah, I just think you're just a shitty employee and you need to go away. You're done. So I just think that's kind of interesting and he had the, no FBI sticker. He had written no FBI on it. I'm like, you're not at home. You're not you're not at home. Although I heard something that may or may not be true. Did you know I've heard that somebody there said that Alexa will, because it's always listening to you say, Alexa, do this, but it will also listen for the sound of a zipper. I don't know if that's true or not. So, okay. But if they want to watch porn movies of me, they've got problems. I'm just saying. I'm very boring and I'm fat. So.
Maybe that's what they're into.
Yikes.
Man, my FBI watchers have seen a lot. Woo!
Woo!
Anyway.
I'll give 2 quotes, and one of them will be Trump, and one of them will be somebody else, and I will give you my best Trump impersonation. At the moment, my best Trump impersonation.
It changes.
You'll make me laugh, motherfucker.
Not with the cock in your mouth.
69, dude. Furball.
Ew.
We win our lives by having a champion's view of each moment.
All
that
right.
was number 1. Number 2. A champion is afraid of losing. Everyone else is afraid of winning.
What was the first one again?
We win in our lives by having a champion's view of each moment. Number 2.
Number 2 is Trump.
Number 2 is Billie Jean King.
Damn it.
A champion is afraid of losing. Everyone else is afraid of winning. Trump actually said something that almost sounded inspirational.
Yeah.
Almost.
Damn.
You ready? Number 2. Card number 2.
Okay.
Card number 2, quote 1. Fear is always with us, but we just don't have time for it. Quote number 1. Quote number 2. Don't be afraid of being unique. It's like being afraid of your best self.
I'm so torn. Number 1.
Fear is always with us, but we just don't have time for it. Hillary Clinton.
Oh my God. I'm so bad at these.
Today, yeah. Don't be afraid of being unique. It's just like being afraid of your best self. Trump. Quote number 1, card 3. I love Oprah. Oprah would always be my first choice for vice president.
Okay.
Quote number 2. Hillary Clinton is qualified or more qualified than I am to be vice president of the United States of America.
I don't know why he would say vice president. I'm going with Oprah.
Oprah. Trump.
Yes! Got one.
1 for 3. The second one, Joe Biden.
All right.
I honestly think that if Joe Biden wins the nomination, I think he's a little bit too fuddy-duddy, but I would vote for him. You know, I'm going to vote for whoever the nominee is, but doesn't mean I'm going to necessarily like it. But Hillary as vice president would really piss off the conservatives. Yeah. It would really piss off the conservatives. And then if Joe Biden died, they'd be like, she knocked him off.
Oh my God.
Can you imagine that fucking conspiracy theory?
I really hope it's not Joe Biden.
I do too. He's super fucking creepy.
Yeah.
I mean, he's always like kissing people and stuff, and like he kisses all the ladies, you know, like on the cheek. He's always doing that. But then he's always like, we're like teenage girls or young girls. He's always like, oh, you know, you're looking really cute and really hot. You know, you're gonna be good looking when you get older. That's fucking super creepy.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. I don't like it. I don't know who I want to be the nominee, but that's coming up. Shit.
Yeah, it is coming up. Yeah. Actually, it's really starting to narrow down. We've been through 2 sets of debates. We're getting ready for 3rd. And honestly, I really like a lot of the guys like Yang and some of the other guys, but they've got no shot in winning. Do you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so it's like, but at the same time, there was one point where Obama didn't have a shot in winning. But it was specifically said that after Obama won the president the first time, where McConnell and a couple of other people got together and said, we're going to oppose everything that he does. And so, yeah, don't get me wrong, I'd really like to see a woman president, and we've got several, but I'm kind of looking at fucking what's herself. She's one of the lawyers. Warren, Elizabeth Warren. I'd really like to see her. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna have Hillary Clinton as vice president just to piss off the conservatives.
Oh my God, that would be fascinating.
It would. It would. So, but look, I gotta go do D&D stuff. So I'm gonna go play.
I'm gonna be 25 next time we record.
Woot! You'll be legal to rent a car.
I know. I'm actually renting a car next month when I go back to North Carolina.
Yeah, forget about fucking putting miles on your car. Rent a car.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so yeah, gonna be quarter century. Going to be old.
Yup. And then there's literally nothing that you can't do. Once you turn 25 and you can rent a car, there's literally nothing you can't do. 18, you could join the military and vote. 21, you can drink. 25, you can rent a car. There's nothing to look forward to.
Thank you, Matthew.
You're welcome. Anything. I am here for you.
That should be your campaign slogan. I am here for you.
I am here for you. There's been a couple of times where I've thought about running for political office, but me being a liberal atheist and just being like, no, you're fucking idiot if you believe in God would not get me elected.
Probably not. But you could try.
Yeah, no.
I couldn't run for office. I hate that kind of stuff. I hate politics. I hate law. I hate bureaucracy.
And you're literally in a bureaucracy. Everything has got to do with a particular thing. And you're like, I don't know what to fucking do, man. That's why you have people to fucking help you. Do you know what I'm saying? So, and Trump, who supposedly had all the best people, all of his people are fucking idiots. And everybody's appointed. Nobody's actually, it's all temporary and shit. So, like, nobody's actually got any official authority. Anyways, for another time.
Yeah.
For another time.
Anyway, yeah.
I'm hungry. I want to eat.
Go eat some dick and play some D and... I don't know. Thanks for listening to our fucking show. We appreciate you guys. Go to our patreon.com/OAF and follow, like us. Put nice comments on our iTunes, on our YouTube, on our whatever. We love you guys. Thanks for listening. Okay, bye.